Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be making brisket. I'm gonna prep it tonight and gonna let it marinate overnight, and we're gonna smoke it on the grill. I don't have an actual smoker, so I'm gonna show you guys how to use a grill. We're going to pat it dry and make sure you got some moisture down here. I'm gonna pat it. The seasonings we're going to be using is salt and pepper. I already filled this with half salt, half pepper. You want coarse black pepper and coarse kosher sea salt. Did I say that right? Co- Kosher salt, coarse. I'm going to get my words together eventually. Some people use mustard. Some people use W sauce. Some people use mayo as their binding agent. I'm going to be using nothing but the brisket's moisture. Leave a little bit of it on there, but try to get it as dry as possible. We're going to do a 8 to 10 hour smoke. We're going to have a spray bottle, and you can use water in your spray bottle, or you can use apple cider vinegar. I've used apple cider vinegar before and it works just fine, but I'm going to be using water as my little spritzer, and you'll see why I'll be using all that. Also, you'll need a aluminum pan, just a medium-sized aluminum pan. It's going to be a water pan to help regulate your temperature if you're just using a regular grill. If you have a smoker, this will be a lot easier for you. But this is the way that I'm going to show you, just on a regular charcoal grill. And I'm going to be using pecan wood. I got a few pecan trees outside, and they provide great brisket smoke. All right. I'm going to remove one of my gloves. Try not to cross-contaminate your seasonings. Graciously and generously season our brisket. And I might actually get my pepper shaker. I like to put a little more pepper on mine. I might not have added enough from my last few briskets. There's a little pepper coming out there. Guess I gotta shake it a little different. But you want to cover it completely. All right. And I pulled out my knife because I thought I was gonna have to trim a little, but the butcher already did that. This is for a customer, and they actually bought the brisket and brought it to me to cook. So yeah, I pulled out my knife. Usually you would trim off, you would have one side with a little less fat. You would trim off as much as you can, like all this, that's fine. You trim off at the top. This is a brisket flat, by the way. This is just a half. And on this side, you want, sometimes it'll have like a really thick fat cap, and you want to trim it down just like this. But like I said, this one's already been trimmed pretty good. You want to leave some fat. I'm going to be doing fat side down, which helps, also keeps the meat from burning. So the fat is kind of like a break between the flame and the heat and the brisket. So So we're gonna flip that back over, get our seasoning. We're gonna continue. That's with the salt. And this is a nice sized piece of meat, so it doesn't hurt to put salt on it because it has to flavor through. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add some pepper to this. The pepper gives it a nice bark. Even though I'll be doing, you also need some aluminum foil. I'll be doing the foil method. I also have butcher paper, but I'm not gonna do the butcher paper method today. Not for this one. I'll do that one another time. See, like this little. Sometimes the butchers will kind of overdo it, so you got to watch out for those. You don't want to. You can season lightly in here, but you don't want to overdo it because it will get salty in between on those slices when you get ready to slice it. Of course, black pepper. I'm gonna add some of that. There we go. And if you do too much, some people don't like too much pepper. Gonna season the sides. Season all of this. All of this. Oh, should have put a paper towel. You put a wet paper towel, a damp paper towel under your cutting board or whatever you're using to keep it from moving, but clearly I forgot to do that. But it's all right. I'm gonna season all of that. That is it. That is it for now. And we'll be back in the morning. We are back and getting a little later start than I wanted, but it'll be all right. I got some sticks and I cut myself last night, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to stack those in there. And as you can see, my grill is fairly small, but this is a way to smoke a brisket without having an actual smoker. I recommend not using the charcoal bricks, but you can. But I got some logs, some charcoal logs that I'm gonna be using with some pecan wood from my trees. So I'm just gonna kind of stack these in a little circle. I got my pan there. That's gonna be the water pan that I told you guys about. Put a few pieces of this. We don't want too much because the grill is small. You don't want to cook your brisket too fast. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our fire on one side and we're gonna put our brisket on the other side. And it'll be over the water pan. So as it's heating up, the water from the pan can steam and help the brisket not burn. But we'll also be using our spray bottle. You can get these from this is from Dollar Tree, just a little dollar bottle. Fill it with water or apple cider vinegar, like I said. And I got these little fire starters to help with the flame, a little tumbleweed. And we'll just put that in the middle. And I'm gonna put our charcoal around that, and then I'm gonna add a few more sticks on top. And if you got a torch, it's even better. If you got anything that has a crazy flame on it, even better. But this is a quick side you can get you some can spray. This is also from the Dollar Tree or dollar store. Spray on because it's flammable, and a bit of a grease fire is better than using lighter fluid. Lighter fluid, you get that lighter fluid taste on your food. I don't like that, so I don't use it. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. And we're going to pull out our trusty lighter. Call it trusty, and then it don't want to start. There we go. Once that heat up, once the charcoals get a white color to them, put our rack over the top, fill our pan, not fill, but about halfway with water. You can always come back, add more water to your pan. And we're gonna put our brisket on there, and we'll be back. All right, guys, added a little more wood. It is pouring down out here. We're gonna add a little piece of pecan that I cut up. This is to give it that nice smoke. Gonna scatter our charcoal a little bit there. I'm gonna add water to the pan, and actually I'm just gonna take my water bottle and just dump this water in here, and I'll just refill the water bottle. I'll probably add some more water to that later, and then we're gonna close this up. You want to open your smoke vents, depending on how your grill is set up. Since my wood is on this side, I have this vent completely open, and then I'm gonna open the one in the top corner here. You can see top corner here, so that the smoke can travel up and through the brisket. Looking pretty good there. You're gonna put the fat side down, and you want to put the thicker side of the brisket towards the heat. And then we're gonna close this, and we'll come back. And it's getting a lot louder out here. Wow. Yeah, get a little bit of that going there. It's pouring down back here, but we're gonna make it work anyways. But yeah, you want to get the thicker side of the brisket towards the flame, fat side down, and we're gonna close this up, and we're gonna come back probably in about 30 minutes just to check on the heat, make sure our heat is good, and then after that we'll check on it periodically, probably every hour or so. And yeah. All right, so it's been about an hour. I added some more wood. As you can see, it's smoking very, very nicely. It's probably gonna, those are vegan patties. My sister uh, likes smoke on her little burger patties, so we added that up there to get some of the smoke. And this is gonna flame up because I opened it. But I added a few more smaller sticks to get a little more heat, and added a few more pieces of charcoal. And here's our brisket. It's doing just fine. Don't need to do nothing to it yet. If you want, you can spritz it. Filled up my bottle. Just give it a little spritz. It'll be just fine. And yeah, just close that back up. Alright guys, we are back. It's been 5 hours. This is what it's looking like. Got some nice color on there. We're getting ready to take it off. And I just added some more charcoal bricks on there because we're gonna wrap this. We're gonna wrap this, and we are going to let it cook for another maybe 3 hours. So there you go, and we'll be back. We are back. We took it off the grill and lined our pan with foil. We're going to add beef broth, whichever brand, it doesn't matter. That's gonna help keep it nice and tender. Just ball that on up. We're gonna add more, and then we're gonna set it on top of our coals and let it sit for probably 3 hours. And we will be back with the finished product. All right, guys, we are back. It has been a long day. After I let it sit on the grill for maybe 2 hours after wrapping it, and then I let it sit in the oven for another hour on 275. Kept it wrapped, and then I let it rest for an hour, and now we're gonna cut it, and that'll be it. I did go ahead and cut the ends so I could see. You want to cut against the grain, so the meat is, you'll see the lines. The lines are going this way, so you want to cut against those lines. All right. This smoke ring might be a little extra smoky, but it's all right. I'm gonna continue to cut, but that is what it looks like. Got our nice smoke ring and a nice piece of brisket. All right. And I'm gonna finish cutting this up, get it wrapped up and ready for my customer. And I will see you guys on the next video. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends and come back. And I appreciate you all for watching. Have a good one. Peace.